Thank you to all our fans on Twitter that have jumped on and are asking the hard-hitting questions. Kurt, our first one comes from Jonty, and he said, not a question, more so an observation. Watching the Dolphins play reminded me of our premiership-winning team under Wayne Bennett. Defensively elite with a simple game plan, in grinding the opposition, then putting on the points in the last 20 minutes. God, I miss it. Well, Jonty, we miss it all. And Kurt, I guess it's probably a little bit disrespectful in a sense when we hear people, and for a long time people have said, it's a simple game plan that Wayne Bennett pushes on his players. And I guess to an extent that's true, but everyone knows their role. Everyone knows what's expected of them. I don't know if any fans have started watching Dawn of the Dolphins, but you kind of get a little bit of a window into the crazy scientist of Wayne Bennett and his personality. But he's 73 years of age, and his Dolphins side, maybe not as effective as the 92 and 93 Broncos, but they're a side that, heck, the way they played against the Roosters at Suncorp Stadium on Sunday afternoon, I would not be surprised if they're there when, I guess, the drums are beating and the semi-final football is happening in early September.
Oh, if they keep winning, it'll make it a lot easier to say that out loud. I as a paid-up Dolphins member, which is my kind of my backup for if West Tigers have a shit season, so fins up, hashtag fins up. I thought they played great across the 80 minutes. I felt like I wasn't watching a brand new team. I thought I was watching an NRL semi-final and a hardened team that had been together for 5 years. They not just outperformed the Roosters, but they beat them in every facet of the game. And Felice Kaufusi, oh my God. I didn't. So most Melbourne Storm players that go out of that system, you wonder, are they going to be as good as, they were in the Melbourne system? I've never seen Felice Kaufusi hit like that before. So he obviously, Wayne Bennett's found something in Kaufusi that Craig Bellamy, who famously makes players specifically stay in their lanes and say, I think it was Jason Riles. Well, Riles was still playing and said, I'll bring you to Melbourne, that if you make one mistake in the play the ball, if you lose the ball, I'm bringing you off. And all of a sudden, Jason Riles is, the comeback story of the year, one of the veterans, and he has a great couple of seasons or whatever at Melbourne, and he's a great front rower again. I think it was Ben Roberts, 5'8" for Melbourne Storm. Bellamy said, if you're 5'8" for me, you're not passing the ball. And he got like 2 plays on the ball, but he supported and all that kind of stuff. Where Bennett, he finds something in you, inside your soul, that says you are going to play football for me.
Yeah.
And we saw it week after week with the Dragons. As a West Tigers fan in that era, it was nauseating because we always thought we had the better team, and we always thought we could blow you off the park, but you just grounded us out of games and tackled, and you was all like a big boa constrictor. And I think there was a bit of that with Redcliffe on the weekend, but that undersells what they did with the football and how masterful those young halves. And you got to remember too, it wasn't just them. It was Marshall King. He's been great in recent years, but that was his big day. You had Fido at the back. He was amazing. So, you know what? The more and more I look at this Redcliffe squad, I think that they're going to be better than what everyone says this year. But that's got to be inspiration for these Dragons, because on paper there seems to be more upside to these Dragons kids and all that to the Dolphins, who are on the back end of their careers, a lot of them. So why can't the Dragons come out the weekend and do something similar to what the Dolphins did to the Roosters? And I think if the Dragons show the Titans enough respect on the weekend and get up for the game and play for 80 minutes, I think Dragons fans could be pretty happy.